It's late, I'm tired, so if I screw this up, then you'll just have to forgive me. This is Moroni Prime here yet again with another video review. This is a requested review of a figure I'd recently obtained from Super Quad 7. Obtained this in a trade with him in exchange for my Generation 2 Megatron that you see in my other review. This figure was released in, I believe, 2003, midway through Transformers Armada. This is Jetfire. There's a slight homage to his Generation 1 form in that they retained the red and black stripes on the wings and on the fuselage there. As I understand it, it has been said that there is a homage in some manner somewhere, by some screwy logic, to Rick Hunter's Veritech from Macross or Robotech. Now, I understand the connection in Generation 1, but I am not seeing that here aside from some red and black stripes. Just right off the bat, I want to go ahead and mention one of the neat things that Super Quad 7 is known to do is make his own stickers to apply. So you'll notice the Autobot insignias on the wings. Those are not an original part of the toy. They only add to the figure. So let's go ahead and get started. Jetfire here is dominantly white and gray with black and red detailing, as well as Rienchi burns on the nose of the shuttle there. You'll notice he has a full set of landing gear, front and rear. We'll get into that here in a minute. Articulation is pretty much nothing in this form. Borrowing Armada Hotshot's engine, I will activate one Minicon feature right quick so that you can see the alternate transformation. Pressing down on this Minicon peg here on top releases those two wings. Then you take the tips of the wings and angle those up, and this is apparently his little attack mode that he was also known to use. Going to the transformation now. First step, put those wings away. You will take the side wings here, and they will unpeg. You will lift them and rotate them up 180 degrees. While at the same time you will also be rotating them down as well and out. That will bring them to what will then be the back of the robot. Then next you take the shuttle, grab the gray section in the rear and the main section of the fuselage and just pull. That extends what will then become the legs. Shut up. Nobody asked you. Moving on then. The rear landing gear, you'll notice, is also a shield. This panel here rotates around and locks into place. And the whole thing, be very careful. This is known to break on a lot of figures. Be very careful when removing this. This pops off on both sides. There are little clips here. Those clips there and there are known to break from stress, so be careful when you do remove that. We'll set that aside for now. Seriously, that is, I have to say that's one of the most annoying parts about this figure. No matter what version of it you get, you're always going to hit that stupid sound effect. You could look at it wrong or breathe on it and it'll make noise. So, bottom two thrusters, you'll take and rotate those up 90 degrees, thus forming the heel of the feet. Now you take the legs, as we've now made, and pull them apart. That will pull apart almost the entire figure. You will then remove what is now revealed to be the gun, if I can grab a hold of it here. Turn around so you can get a better look. Out of the side of the leg here. Goodness. He must have transformed this thing like 2 times. This thing is tight. Seriously. Props to Super Quad 7. Amazing quality. Anywho, back to the feet. Now the sound effect disaster is out of the way. Back to the feet, we take those and rotate the entire foot down. It will click into place. You've now formed the legs. Next, we take the front landing gear. You just simply pull it off. That is now revealed to be his Minicon Commetor. We'll transform that in a moment. I'm actually running short on time. I'm over 5 minutes, so I'll have to rush this. The inner chamber of the shuttle, the underbelly there, is split into two halves. Each of those rotates out 270 degrees and will lock into place. They do not peg in, even though there's peg in the hole here. This metal rivet gets in the way of that, so you'll never be able to peg that in place. But it just rests very comfortably. You can then pull the arms down. Pull the arms down. There we go. Same over here. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Thus revealing the arms. Rotate the hands 180 degrees so that they face the right direction. Also, you will see more of Super Quad 7's Autobot symbols. There's one on the back of each hand. Next move, also paying attention to the halves of the shuttle. These bay doors that are on the now the back of the robot, they will lock into place one to another. Just latch those and they should hold. You take the front half of the shuttle here and just rotate the whole thing down and in. There, we're almost there. This top section of the fuselage here you take and separate it out. Just swing 180 degrees out to the sides. And thus revealing the back of the head. You take and just simply pull that up. Then the front of the nose here, pull out and swing up. That will sit in place and you flip that tab down. Here you have Jetfire in robot mode. Some folks like to wear the wings up. He was shown with them up in this series. I like them better here because they're out of the way and they take up less space on the shelf. His accessories in this mode, he has, as we've discovered, the shield. On the back, underside here, is a hole. It's not a Minicon port. It's the same size though. It's 5mm if I'm not mistaken. That can go on his left arm where he does have a Minicon port. It's the same scale. And he can hold this annoying gun. Real quickly, I will cover the sound effects on it. You'll notice a subtle difference between the original release and this release. The sound effects were victims of a running change, I understand. Here's the regular laser blast. And borrowing Armada Hotshot's engine again. Press that down. Same thing, but only lower. And then even the countdown is different.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Seriously, it'll do that for several more seconds. Moving on then. He can hold the gun. And lastly, we have the Minicon Commetor. The transformation is a little complex. In order to make him in the vehicle mode, you take this panel here down, rotate the wheels down and into place, and then put that panel back, and you have your little lunar lander or Mars rover, whatever you want to call it. Otherwise, you put it back how it was, and then you continue the legs the other direction, fold the wheels down, thus forming the feet, rotate the torso, and this panel that we had been moving now becomes the other arm. There is Commetor in robot mode. Overall, this figure I would say gets probably 8 out of 10. Articulation is minimal, and the figure is rather blocky. But overall, for the Armada figures as they were, it's probably one of the better figures. I do recommend this. Again, a special thanks to Super Quad 7. Once again, this has been Moroni Prime, wasting your time.